This band just released their 5th album, Renaissance, and we have the scoop right here at Mr. Small's Theater in Pittsburgh with Dan Trapp from Census Fail to hear all about the new album and see a great show tonight. Here we go. Hey guys, thanks for joining us. We're here with Dan Trapp of Census Fail. What's going on?
Not much. Hanging out in Pittsburgh.
Well, welcome to Pittsburgh. We're very happy to have you here at Mr. Small's.
Yeah, I like this place.
Well, I want to kick it off, ask you about the new album, your 5th in studio, Renaissance. That's how you say it, right?
Yeah, it is. It's confusing if you try to say it phonetically, it's not going to work out. So, yeah, Renaissance, that's it.
Okay, how did you guys go about writing it?
Well, we've got different guys in the band now. We've got two new guitar players, a new bassist. I mean, it's a whole different thing now, aside from Buddy and myself. And we kind of just, I don't know how we started. We just kind of started writing. I mean, Buddy was doing this like side band called Bayonet for a little bit, and I started playing and doing that, and then we started writing songs for that, and then they kind of just turned into the songs that we ended up using for Census Fail. It just seemed to make more sense for Census Fail. So, we had a couple other people write, everybody in the band, and we kind of worked on it on and off since like February, and then got really serious like before the summer, and then after Warped Tour we wrote the remainder of it. And it was different because there's like I said, there's different people in the band now than it used to be. We used to kind of go about it differently. I don't know, it was trial by fire, really. It was kind of just flying by the seat of our pants, but I think it turned out well. We're happy with it. Yeah.
Awesome. Tell us about the Spanish that's involved in it.
The Spanish thing is like, I don't know, it's weird because the record title is a Spanish word, and then there's a song that's mostly in Spanish, and the two don't have anything to do with each other.
Okay.
It's not like a, theme or anything. We were writing the song Mi Amor, which is the song that's mostly in Spanish, and just like trying to come up with a melody. Buddy was like, he just wrote a couple lines in Spanish, and at first it was kind of cool, like, oh, that'd be kind of cool if it was like this crazy aggressive screamy pattern, and then out of nowhere there's like a line in Spanish. It'll throw people off, I guess, but and it sounded cool, so then he was like, whatever, let me write some more, and then the whole thing, or most of the both of the verses and then the bridge are all in Spanish. It just sounded cool, and we decided to keep it because why not? It was different. We have a very strong Spanish-speaking following, and we've kind of always wanted to try to do something to pay some sort of homage to them. And I guess this is kind of it, although it didn't start with the intention of that. It's just kind of like how it ended up. So I think it kind of confused a lot of people, but it at least got people talking about the band and the song, and that was kind of the idea. So.
Now, the Spanish, is that Buddy that writes the Spanish, or is just the whole band
collaborate
together?
No, he wrote all that stuff and checked references to make sure that it was proper Spanish grammar and everything. I don't speak Spanish. Nobody else speaks Spanish. It's not really like a thing. It definitely, I think, probably seems like it's that we're turning into a rock and Espanol band, but it's it's not the case at all. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But
yeah, that's cool. It's very different. Got a lot of
yeah,
people talking.
yeah. It's definitely different for sure.
Well, you mentioned Me and More.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about how you came up with the idea with the pandas in the video.
Truthfully, we didn't come up with the idea. It was the director that came up with it. We just we knew it was time to do a video. We wanted to do something cool, something different. We knew that we didn't want to do a performance video because I feel like, I don't know, unless it's really cool and it's really done well and there's really cool lights and cinematography and everything, I just think performance, it's just kind of lame. So we knew that we wanted to do, something with some sort of storyline, and just had a bunch of directors submit stuff, and it seemed like the one that was the most different, and it was different and memorable in a way that wasn't like a lowbrow kind of easy. I think that if you do a video that's like violent or like like strip club video or something like that, like, yeah, people are gonna remember it, but I don't think that that's necessarily like cool. I think it's like it's an easy thing to do to get people to talk about the video, and so we wanted to get that reaction, but in a different way, and I think that it definitely did that.
We had a contest with naming the panda, right?
Yeah. Don't know the results of it yet. But yeah, there is a contest to name the panda and get the panda as a prize.
That is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's different. It's different for sure. Yeah.
Well, would you say that this album has been the most challenging so far with a different lineup, or has it just been another new record?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, for us, it's kind of, it kind of walks the line of, like, we didn't want it to be just another record. So in that sense, I think that we really worked our asses off and really tried to go outside the box with the songs and the approach that we took to making it. And it's very special to us because I think it's the first record in a few records that we've been really proud of it from front to back, and we're kind of just at a point where we just want to do what we want to do, and hopefully people like it. And I know it could sound conceited or whatever, but it's just, we've been a band a long time, and we've been doing the same thing for a very long time, and it was just time to shake things up and do something different. And I think that we, like I said, we worked our asses off, and I think it came out well.
Yeah, it definitely paid off.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm going to take it back a little bit.
Okay.
You joined the band off of an ad. You answered an ad from Buddy, right? Can you tell us about that?
From Garrett, actually. What happened was I had been in a band with some friends for a couple years, and we just stopped doing it. And I wanted to keep playing, so I went on this message board that was like a popular message board back, in the early, I guess it was the late 90s or early 2000s. And was just looking for people, anybody who's, somebody who's looking to start a band, and, a guitar player or singer or whatever. And I came across Garrett on there, and he seemed legit, and I called him up. we'd never met or anything, called him up, seemed like a good guy. Went over, the two of us played together, and then for like the next couple weeks, consecutively, each week, it was like, oh, I have this friend who plays guitar, and I have this friend who blah blah blah, and so everybody kind of just joined in, and then by like a month later, we had a band and wrote a bunch of songs really quickly and recorded them, and it was really, I guess, it was kind of weird and unorthodox the way that it came together. I think everybody else had kind of known each other through just being in other bands and seeing each other at shows and stuff, but I definitely didn't know anybody when we started. But we quickly became friends and started writing songs.
So it worked out good.
It worked out. Yeah, it worked out.
And how would you describe the meaning behind the name Census Fail?
That's a good question. It's I don't know. I mean, it's more of a Buddy thing. He came up with the name, but I think that the general idea behind it is that in order to the saying goes, in order to achieve true enlightenment and nirvana, all of your senses must fail. Which is,
pretty deep.
You could get deep with it if you wanted to, for sure.
Do you have any influences as a band that you guys look up to?
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of stuff. Everybody listens to all different kinds of stuff.
What can we find on your playlist?
What am I listening to? I love the Queens of the Stone Age. They have a new record coming out. They've released a couple new songs. I'm really excited about that. There's a band called Daylight. That's like a newer band that I just heard for the first time recently, and they're really, really good. Their record just came out. It's called Jar. And I've been listening to that a bunch. That's really good. I don't know. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to listen to, like, Green Day and Rancid and NoFX and Bad Religion, and still do listen to most of them. Tons of stuff, but I like everything. I like all sorts of stuff. I actually do like smooth jazz. Unironically, I actually do enjoy it. Yeah.
All right.
So I'm all over the place.
Well, that's good. Variety's always good.
Yeah. Good to be eclectic.
We would like to know about Rick.
Yeah, Rick is my dog. My wife and I have 2 dogs, Rick, and our other dog is Luna. And decided that it would be good to bring Rick on tour. He's smaller. He's the smaller of the 2. He's a little bit more tame, the tamer of the 2. And it just kind of worked out for everybody. My wife's really busy with work at home, and kind of lightened her load to only have to take care of one dog. And then, I took Rick, and he's been really good for morale. Everybody really seems to enjoy him. He's adjusted to traveling and being on a moving vehicle. He's awesome. He's a great dog. And it's been cool, too, because it's the first time that I've ever spent this much time at once with just him, like just me and him. So I feel like we've worked up an even stronger bond together, which is nice. It's always nice to know that, like, when I leave the bus, he like looks out the window and watches me and, like, will whimper for me and stuff. I don't know. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel like it's cool because it makes me feel like he knows that I'm with him.
Yeah.
So he's a great dog, though.
Is this the first time you ever brought him on a long trip?
Yeah. He's come to shows before. Just one show. He came to a Warped Tour show once. And he's come to studios and stuff, but nothing like this, nothing for this long or under these circumstances. So I wasn't sure how it was going to work or whether he was, how he was going to handle it, but he's been doing really well. So, but I think he's ready to go home. Got a couple days to get to see his mom and his sister, so I'm sure he's excited, as am I.
He was the roadie for this then, the true roadie.
Yeah, he was the mascot, I think. Everybody loves Rick.
You mentioned the tour is almost coming to an end.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys have any funny stories that you would like to share that you did, or any fun on off days?
Yeah, I mean, it's more, there's not too many, like, funny stories. We're pretty relaxed, laid back. We don't really do much of anything, but we went bowling a couple times. It's pretty sad when that's, like, the highlight of tours.
Cosmic bowling?
No, just regular ass, dirty bowling in Dublin, California, which I didn't even know existed, but we had a day off there before San Francisco. And Matt, our guitar player's wife, was out at the time, and it was her birthday that night at like midnight. So we went out and bowled, and that was cool. And then we played in Detroit a couple days ago, and the venue was above a bowling alley, so we got to bowl for free there. So we bowled twice, and I would like to bowl more, but I don't know that that's going to happen between now and Saturday. Yeah, just a lot of Walmarts, a lot of malls. A lot of chain restaurants. Nothing crazy. We don't really do anything too crazy, but it's the little things that keep you happy.
Well, you're going to be pro bowlers by the time you get back.
I'm working on it. I'm working on not shaming my family name, and my wife is always very embarrassed by my bowling skills. So I try to do good and text her every time I get a strike. I got a turkey one day, which is three strikes in a row, which is pretty
That's
big,
pretty good.
Pretty big
That's
deal.
good.
Yeah, it was a big deal. So.
But my last question for you is, what advice do you have for bands that are trying to follow in your footsteps?
Get a real job. You'll make a lot more money. No, I don't know. It's hard. Being in a band is hard. Being in a band is fun. It can be fun. It can be not fun. It's everything. I mean, anything that could ever happen will probably happen. Any emotion that you could ever feel will happen. You'll be very happy. You'll be very sad. You'll be everything in between. Don't do it if you don't love playing music. Don't be in a band if you just want to be famous or make money. Have fun. Don't take yourself too seriously. Take what you do seriously. Work hard at it. Don't take it for granted. But don't think that you're cooler than you actually are, because about 95% of people in bands who think that they're hot stuff are losers. So just relax and just play because you actually like to play, and write good songs, and don't be one of the tens of thousands of bands who just feel entitled and think that because they can record something that they deserve to. I know it sounds really cynical, but just play because you like playing music. That would be my advice to anybody. Yeah.
Well, that's great advice.
I hope so.
Yeah. Hey, thank you so much for spending time with us here, and everybody better go out and get Renaissance right now. And we're looking forward to the show.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Cool.
Yeah. All right, we'll see you guys later.
Thank you.